Let's talk about productivity. Today, I want to tell you about one of my biggest productivity hacks and one of the things that's become even more necessary as I have lived on the road full time. Hey, I am Tracy from LaunchTechMadeEasy.com. I am clearly suffering from static electricity today with my hair flying in front of my face. And I love to help people with all things launching, particularly through my Get Launched 5-week boot camps, which is having a new course enrollment very soon. So if that's something you're interested in, if you'd like to get all of your launch tasks done in just 5 weeks, I would love to chat with you. You can get more information at LaunchTechMadeEasy.com. So my favorite productivity hack is blocking. Now, if you've never heard of blocking before, what it means is I choose a day and a time, a couple hours, a period of time, and I get as many of one type of task done as possible. Today, for example, I am blocking my videos. And you may have noticed I don't often do live videos. The reality is when I am traveling and on the road full time, it just was not a consistent way for me to get good video out to you because our internet connection sometimes isn't very strong, or I'll go live and the RV next to us will start power washing or filling their tires with air or letting their diesel engine run for whoever knows what reason. So after a couple of years of trying to have a regular schedule going live, I realized it just wasn't going to work for me. So what I do instead is when I'm in a spot with really great internet, I will block a bunch of videos. Now, if you have eagle eyes, you may have noticed when I'm doing this by my background. Today, for example, I think this is my 4th video that I've recorded because we are currently in Minnesota for the holidays visiting family, and I have really strong internet. I have some kind of fun and different backdrops that I can use. I happen to have gotten my hair cut this morning, so everything just seemed to be working in my favor to blocking a bunch of video recordings. Now, when I say I'm blocking the recording of my videos, what I mean is prior to today, I blocked the task of preparing for my videos. So I wrote all of the video descriptions. I outlined what I wanted each video to be about. I dug through my website and found the relevant blog articles if I have one, or some other type of collateral. Maybe I've done a YouTube video about it in the past. I've put those links together. So then today I will record a bunch of videos. I will download them while I have my good internet. And then a different day this week or maybe next week, I will go ahead and I will pull the descriptions, the links, and the videos that I've recorded together, and I will schedule everything into Facebook. Another thing that I like to block is my blog post writing. There are some days where words just kind of fall off my pen or my fingers. And those are days when I usually try to put everything else aside. I've even gone so far as to try to cancel, something that isn't a real important call, if it's with a friend or, a business buddy that isn't critical. Because when I hit those writing periods where my brain is just into writing mode, I know that I'm going to be my very most creative. So that doesn't always happen. Some days I actually have a day blocked off for writing, and I'll do all my writing on that day. And I have some strategies and techniques that I do to get myself into the writing mode. But then I will just write. Now, prior to that work block of writing time, I will have had a day where maybe I have a lot of client calls. Maybe I just know my day's gonna be kind of chopped up. Or maybe I'm having a day where I just feel like I call them black and white days. They're not creative days. They're days where I'm just doing and getting things done. On those days, I go through and I start a Google Doc for all of the blog posts I'm going to write for the next however many months. Each blog post gets one Google Doc, and I will pull the keywords I want to use. I will come up with the outline that I want to use for the blog post. I will jot down a few notes for each one. Maybe something has happened recently that'll make a really great story or really great illustration. And I will outline a bunch of blog posts that way. Then when I do have a writing day, it's very easy for me to just knock out a bunch of blog posts because I've already done kind of the nitty gritty of what needs to be done and put it in the outline. And I will also go through and pull links for other articles, or, if I'm writing about lead pages, I'll pull my affiliate link for lead pages, and I put all of those things into that Google Doc. So when I'm in writing mode, I can stay in writing mode. So I do that with videos. I do it with blog posts. I do it with podcast interviews. I appear on quite a few podcasts. And so I try to book all of my podcast interviews for 1 or 2 days a week. It's funny to me that when you're doing a podcast interview, you may not realize this, but about 90% of the time, maybe 99% of the time, the podcast the person doing the interview wants to do a video call. So those are days where, I do my hair, I do my makeup, I make sure I have a good backdrop. I send, anybody away that might make noise in the background. I make sure I'm in a quiet location because I put all into that for that particular day. So I don't want to be doing that every single morning. Because once I've gotten myself all gussied up or all dolled up, as my grandma used to say, it does a different thing in my mind. So if I know I've been in a podcast in the morning and I've already gotten ready, then I might decide, okay, I don't have any more podcasts today, but now I'm going to shoot some videos. So I kind of block my tasks that way. It used to be that I would pick a topic and I would block tasks by topic. So maybe I would be writing an article about weekly content. That would be my blog post. So I would write my blog post about it. I would write an email that directed people to the blog post about weekly content. I would record a video about weekly content. And, I would create all my social media posts for when all of that was going out. And that was about the most inefficient way that I could work. And I've really struggled over time with how to stay on top of my tasks. And I've realized that blocking by task and the type of task that I'm doing makes my life so much more efficient. So one day I might go into Canva. I might create all of the thumbnails for all of the videos I have on my list for the next 6 months. And I maybe haven't even recorded the videos yet, but I get those thumbnails done, and that's one more component that I have taken care of. Now, key to this blocking working is that I need to have a pretty strong content calendar. So I need to know sort of an outline of what I will be doing, the content that I will be creating in the next, I do about 3 to 6 months at a time. I don't like to do more than that because things happen like COVID or something else will happen that's big in the news, and and then your content can seem kind of stale or tone deaf and not really in tune with what's going on. And I also sometimes will switch things up. So if I have blocked out, if I know I'm planning to talk about one thing, but I've had a really great video or podcast interview or something about a different topic, certainly I allow flexibility in my content calendar to switch things around a little bit. But by having things blocked, it makes it very, very easy for me to say, okay, I have 20 minutes between podcasts. What can I get done in these 20 minutes? Oh, I could do a few thumbnails on YouTube because those don't take a lot of bandwidth. So that's my biggest productivity hack is blocking. It's also one of the really, really strong components of my 5-week boot camp is when we're launching, blocking becomes more important than ever. Otherwise, you're constantly chasing down, trying to complete tasks and chasing down shiny objects and following this lead and following up with this person. And so it's one of the things that I really teach in the 5-week boot camp. And it's one of the things that makes the 5-week boot camp work so well is the fact that as a small group, we work on our blocked tasks together and just getting them knocked out. There's something about that accountability that really helps us stay focused and get things done. So if you're interested in more information about the Get Launched 5-week boot camp, as I said, you can find that at launchtechadeeasy.com. And I hope that you now have a new respect for the idea of blocking.